Welcome to Ready Game Fire. My name is Dave Fennoy. You know me as Lee Everett in the Walking Dead game.
Sorry, Dave Fennoy, also known as Lee Everett from the Walking Dead game, but I'm the host of this podcast. What do you think you're doing?
Hanging with Michael Power and the crew.
What are you on about? Mike's not even on this episode, although I do like the thought of being part of your crew.
Hey, when the zombie apocalypse hits, you want me on your side. Dave Fennoy.
Yeah, you already said that on the last episode, mate.
You too could be my sweet pea.
Excuse me?
Now let's listen to Ready Game Fire.
Well, as long as that's okay with you, Dave. How's it going, everybody? And welcome to episode 41 of the Ready Game Fire podcast. I am your host, Chris Fox, and with me today are... He rejected Ryo Hazuki as a flatmate in a previous episode of World Wide Webwoods. It's Stephen Edwards.
Hello.
Keeping on the same Ryo Hazuki theme. Also here is potential incredible Ryo Hazuki cosplayer Laurence Hart. How you doing, Loz?
I'm alright, thanks.
And finally, there's been a whisper here, there's been an echo there of this guy, but he's actually making his debut on Ready Game Fire today. It's Ben Lyons.
Hi. How's it going?
Hello, if you're listening to us on the Universal Takeover Network. It's the first episode of the year, so we're talking 2013 predictions. And speaking of like sort of annual traditions, what do you guys think of other websites' Game of the Year awards and stuff? Pretty varied. Like everyone was different from what I saw.
You might have to update me on this then.
Well, we obviously, as Loz knows because he listened to it. I can't believe you stopped listening every week. You were like our biggest fan, and now you got a girlfriend. You're too.
Oh,
too good for
this was going to come
You
up.
should
Wasn't
listen with her. She'll love it.
in the bath.
In the bath, yeah. She'll braid each other's hair.
People have said that, like next to Barry White and like James Brown, you've got Ready Game Fire in terms of getting ladies in the mood.
Nothing gets the goals going like Mike Power's voice.
We gave the award to Daisy, but we've got like a different
Not
process
really a game.
because we do.
Not really a game.
really
Really
a
just
game.
say. I was about to say
Well,
we've
it's a
got
mod,
a big
isn't it?
Daisy
It's a
fan
mod,
here,
yeah.
Ben Lyons.
I am a big fan.
What did you vote for?
I can't remember. Probably
Daisy.
Daisy.
I thought it would be. I didn't see anyone else award it to Daisy. Like IGN
But they wouldn't know.
gave it
It's
to
a mod.
because it's
it's
not a game.
mod, yeah.
I think a lot of people are waiting for the
the
standalone,
standalone
yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah, but
include.
that'd be like going, "Oh, my favorite game's Counter Strike," and you going, "It's not a game actually,"
That's fair
and
enough.
just being a prick
That is
and
fair
just
enough,
like ruining their day.
But that
They
did
did release it.
Exactly.
It is now, though.
Well, I stand by it, even though I haven't played it.
I mean,
I'm happy for that to be our
It's a
game
good
of the year.
choice game, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see anyone else. Like, yeah, IGN gave it to Journey, which, like, I voted for Journey for my game of the year, but I'm really glad we don't have the same game of the year as IGN.
Same length as a film though.
So what? So's 4 episodes of Boy Meets World. Featuring Vader.
I haven't played Journey by the way, but
What the hell is
I
wrong?
will-
You've just
I
fallen
will.
apart as a
Oh, no,
man,
I've got
Loz.
Okami HD.
Whopper!
Far Cry. Did anyone give that game of the year?
Yeah, OXCGN, which is the site that I contribute to, they gave it to Far Cry. Yeah,
That's really good. I'm enjoying that a lot.
yeah. So it was, but and I forget who else gave what to what, but it was really varied and really cool. Unlike the year before, where we were the same as IGN, and I'm sure a lot of other people just gave it to Portal 2.
Yeah.
But that was like more of a clear winner.
But that stood out, didn't it? This
Is
year.
that because it's a bit of a weaker year for games?
Last year
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
monster
that's
year.
what I mean, yeah.
That's the thing. It was.
You mean
Triple
2
A
years,
all
you
the
mean
way.
2 years ago?
Oh,
It's 2013.
isn't it? Like early,
Oh, yeah.
early days.
By the way, if we all sound a little bit bleh today, apparently statistically this is the most depressing day of the year. So,
This exact day?
I was thinking
Yeah.
that a bit today.
Really?
You
How do
know,
they figure that out then?
well, January
surveys
is
or something like
Suicide
count.
rate. Yeah, exactly.
more people kill. I mean, oh dear, here we go, and we're talking about it.
One
Yeah,
level.
most people commit suicide in January, and I guess this is the point in January. It's like, God, I can't even remember what I got for Christmas and what my Christmas dinner tasted like. I'm
You've
jumping
already-
off this building.
Failed your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, few years back to work. What else is there?
Does anybody have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, Ben might have an interesting one.
No meat for me anymore.
Are you giving up meat?
No, giving up meat.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
Little idiot. ain't he?
I know.
you're already pretty pale.
You ain't gonna survive.
Is that what happens when you give up meat?
Wow, that's quite a large one. One of mine is to play online more. Because every time I don't play online, I'm always like, oh God, yeah, I really should do more of that. But tried to play Guardians of Middle Earth the other day with Mike and Mac and J Balls.
I heard that wasn't great.
And well, we couldn't get into a game, and I was just sitting there going, "This is what it all comes rushing back." You know, this is why I don't play online because you idealise it in your mind, but it's a lot of faffing, isn't it?
It's not fucking, yeah.
What's the reason for giving up the meat, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, partly to test myself and see if I can go through.
Oh yeah, fair enough. At least you're not one of these people. Now, apologies if you're one of these people. But
Here we go.
I'm getting all of this online. People are asking me to sponsor them for not drinking in the month of January.
Oh, what's it called?
Dry
Yeah,
athlete.
triathlon.
I'm not sponsoring you for not doing something.
Yeah. It's like how hard everyone assumes they're alcoholics. It's
Yeah.
easy to not drink beer.
It's annoying.
It's not that big a deal. Yeah, no, like, a lot of people are doing that, aren't they?
Ruining
Ruining all
It's
the
stupid
pop
because as soon as it hits February, it can be
get fucked
wasted first day.
That's it, yeah.
Let's celebrate.
How dumb of them. Good
Well,
name, though.
it is for charity, I suppose.
I like the name Triathlon.
Still pointless.
You're allowed to make fun of certain charity events, I think. Just
Like-
because things are charity.
Like Moustache
Well, yeah, but it's
Vember.
not pointless.
Yeah, that was it.
Moustache Vember
Yeah, that was stupid.
is annoying. Like, just grow a tash whenever you want.
Yeah,
Be individual and give money to
Yeah,
charity.
exactly. Just give money to charity whenever you want. Don't do it with everyone.
Yeah, don't be wacky Nick
Ben,
Deering. Right, let's crack on with secondhand news.
This is the news.
Obviously, the biggest news story is that the Ready Game Fire donate button has finally seen some action. Oh yeah, that's right.
How much did you spend on it, Chris?
A mysterious benefactor, also known as Chris Goodwin, who won the WWE 13 game. But that ruins it a bit. It doesn't matter. We've had a donation.
How much
We've
have you
had-
donated?
£5 English.
Cheapskate. Makes me sick.
No, come
The
on.
amount of work we put into this, and he thinks that's a reasonable amount.
I can't believe that
It's good.
we got a donation. Anyway, thanks to the anonymous donator for that contribution.
is
It
cool.
really, really made me smile. The Walking Dead featuring
Dave Fenoy.
season 2 will use your save from season 1, which is cool, but only Ben here has played it, so we won't talk about it.
Okay.
Needless to say, it's a good thing that the save will carry on. And
It is good.
hurry up and play it,
New Mass Effect, is it?
both you guys.
Hurry up.
I'll wait till all the other episodes are free. Will that ever happen?
No.
Just
Make games for free, like.
You'll be 92 on your deathbed.
It's cheap as well.
well, the first episode is free. That's to draw me in. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
cool.
Yes.
And I think I will be drawn in, so don't worry.
Also on the news, obviously, there were some tragic shootings last year, and once again, video games are kind of being used as a scapegoat by, like Fox News in America and
NRA.
and the NRA, yeah. And a lot of video games people went to talk to Joe Biden about it because he's then going to present something to the American government about gun control.
They're gonna
But
sort it all out.
yeah, it makes me so angry when video games get blamed for violence. It just makes me want to shoot someone in the face.
Yeah. Got to play a game first, though. That calms you down.
Are they definitely being blamed?
Oh yeah, of course. Have you guys seen that footage of that weird guy having a quote-unquote debate with Piers Morgan on CNN?
No.
The big
No, I
fat
haven't, no.
crazy American gun guy. They want to deport Piers Morgan because he said you should probably have better gun control in your country.
I thought you were going to say, like, some fat, big, moronic, slobbering idiot was chatting to an American guy on the show.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, because
Called Piers Morgan a big, fat, slobbering idiot.
yeah, I know. Well, I hate Piers Morgan as much as the next smart man.
As much as everyone in
Yeah.
the world
He's
does.
entertaining, though, isn't he?
Oh,
People like hating things, don't they?
hate
Is
figure.
that how it works?
And he does love the attention, but I mean, he's not wrong. All he was saying that he there maybe should
yeah.
be background
Of all
checks.
the things you can hate Piers Morgan for,
Yeah.
saying that isn't one of them.
Well, there's like a waiting. There's like gun show loopholes in America where you can get like assault rifles, like over the counter that day.
Yeah.
And Piers Morgan's saying like, maybe you should have background checks. Maybe you shouldn't have assault rifles so easily accessible. And a lot of these gun nuts in America are going, no, what we should do is arm teachers. Hello,
Yeah, I saw that,
then
yeah.
schools will be safer. I mean,
Very clever, that. Very
Uh,
clever.
I know. Keep
It's-
guns in the classroom, yeah.
when it comes to video games, some of them are violent, but they don't actually. They're based on society. They're not. video games don't give society ideas. Like, video games emulate what society is, and all you got to look is the amount of people who don't play GTA and then go and kill some people, you know, compared to the people who do. So
At least 5 out of 10.
yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
That's at least.
If you haven't seen this, just Google Piers Morgan CNN gun.
It's so hard to, even though I'm sure it's great, it's hard to type in something that will end up with you watching something with Piers Morgan in.
But this is the thing.
It's hard.
I mean,
to justify it.
this is the thing. You've got to be a pretty huge prick to be the worst one in the room when it's you and Piers
That
Morgan.
is true. He's the only man. Maybe Morgan, this is his new tactic. Hang around with bigger twats than himself.
But yeah, so anyway, don't worry about video games because they're all right. Yeah, really.
Some good ones out there.
Exactly. Big news story today. HMV is going into administration, which means they have no more money.
Mac
God,
slipped
like
this
that.
in to me earlier,
Did
so
he?
I talked about it.
What did
Also,
Max slip into you earlier?
That HMV's going under, like very quietly, and then moved on to something more important, like
You
best
weren't
Final
aware
Fantasy
of it.
game. Sorry.
By the way, for people outside of the UK, HMV is like our music, DVD, Blu-ray game store, sort of like Virgin Megastore. Not,
Yeah.
not surprising, really. I mean, inevitable because the high street.
Because they're rubbish.
They are rubbish.
No, I mean, no, it's not surprising because of their prices and the decline of the high street in general. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I realised a while ago that pretty soon the high streets are just going to be like bars, restaurants, and clothes shops and
Yeah,
like pharmacies,
Absolutely.
which is a bit shit. But you know.
What you
But
want, innit?
what annoys me though is like people, again, like every time this kind of things happen, like it happened when Game closed down. Thing is though, like when these things happen, people go online, don't they, and they go, oh, they deserve it for their high DVD prices. It's like, fuck you. 4,350 jobs are at risk.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Uh,
Yeah, that side of it's not
The
good.
first thought should always be for the
Yeah.
millions. I just said thousands.
Thousands.
For the people for most of the normal people who work at HMV who don't set the prices or their marketing.
You can go work in the pharmacies and the clothes shops, though.
Exactly. But yeah, it annoys me a bit when people are like, oh, good riddance, HMV.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all people see, isn't it? The faceless corporation.
Yeah, but
That's all I say. You really embarrass me now, you two. I was just like, they're shit though. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are a couple of corporate fat cats who sit atop
yeah,
the.
they deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's only like a couple of them, isn't there? Who run? But yeah,
Well, you know,
First thing tomorrow, I'm
something-
gonna go into HMV Victoria, just hand out
Just
money
buy
to the
any-
employees.
yeah, just buy everything they got.
Just give them 20 quid each.
Do they have an online store, HMV, don't they?
Yeah,
I've
they
never
do.
actually looked at their website.
They do. That'll live on, I'm sure. No, I worked at HMV for a bit, and the 30% staff discount was brilliant. But in hindsight, probably didn't help them from not going under.
Do you think they'll get bought out last minute like Game?
It'd be nice if HMV survives in some form.
They should merge with Game, like HMV Game, like Curry's PC World.
Even though I don't, shop like it's rubbish to shop in. I still, when I go into like Bromley, I think, definitely pop into HMV. It's still just so like I say, it's gonna be a bit shit when it's not there. There will just be no reason for me to go Bromley now. Like, 'cause I don't really give a shit about clothes shopping.
And also, it's filled with horrible people. Well, I mean, a lot of the funnier people I follow on Twitter are like, "Oh no, HMV's going under. Where will I go to hang around for 2 hours and then not buy anything?"
Yeah,
Which is what I did in
yeah,
HMV. But it's a
that's
good
what
place
I
to look
heard.
around. I mean, is it too much to ask for them to stay open just so I can
Yeah.
go in and look around,
Yeah.
and not spend any money?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Ben, Ben's
They
right.
use money to run them.
The last development I heard before we started recording was that they have stopped accepting gift vouchers.
Oh yeah, no,
Wow.
that's
Oh.
what Mac brought it up because he was like, he got like a big gift voucher for Christmas. And now he's got
Sucks.
That's ridiculous.
But no, it works at other stores, but like Mac was like, don't need anything from there.
Also, this broke just before we started recording. Dead Island Riptide, the special edition, comes with a severed woman's torso. And everyone's freaking out, going, "Oh, it's so disgusting! It's so horrible!" Or is it a PR stunt to get us all talking about it? Probably the second one.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, they're
Who's
not
gonna
like
realistically
sick in the
want
head,
that?
are they?
Who
They're-
wants that?
But
Yeah.
wait, what?
I want it.
No, what?
Sexy.
Okay.
How much do you have to pay for it? What's the price of this?
You know what
version?
collector's editions are like.
Mike knows. It's not really my forte.
Here you go. You ready for this? I'm going to show you this. I'm just going to show this to you now, listeners. If you want to make this an interactive experience, Google Dead Island Riptide. It's the zombie bait edition, apparently, and it comes with that thing to just a lovely
Oh, right, so it's not how I thought you.
a lovely torso with no arms, no legs, and a
A
head
Union flag bikini as well.
covered in blood. And yes, she is wearing a.
I was worried it might be quite tacky, but you know, it's really nice, isn't it?
I mean, there's a lot of places that you can have sex with it, which I like. You know, not just the one.
It does look very realistic, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you just put it on your bookshelf, and your mum and dad will pop around and be, oh, that's lovely, and you'd be like, yeah, it's my new video game thing, mum. Doesn't help us out as an industry when we're trying to say we're not violent, and you know, we're mature now.
That is dreadful, isn't it? Really.
It is bad. It is bad.
Shouldn't even bother.
But
Dead Island wasn't very good though.
it is pretty bad. They used they had that trailer for Dead Island 1, didn't they? And this time they've gone with. They had a brilliant trailer.
They've gone the opposite end of the
And this time they've gone for brilliant game swag.
Yeah,
Because that is brilliant.
That is pretty brilliant, yeah.
I want it. So, trust me when I say that Loz's catchphrase is definitely, that's debatable. You say it all the bloody time, don't you?
Do I?
Yeah, mate, all the time. Come on.
Oh, that's debatable, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you say it all the time. It's not debatable that you say that's debatable all the time. And now we're going to resume the game show feature. That is, That's Debatable with Loz Hart.
That's debatable.
Basically, how this works is I read 3 outlandish gaming facts to Loz, and he has to tell me which one is very much that's debatable.
Perfect.
No,
it
does
work.
work.
It works better because of the god awful grammar.
Alright, yeah, fair enough.
So, Loz, here is your first gaming fact. Is it real, or is it that's debatable?
You're 0 for
So
1.
have I got to say it for each? Well, no, you're going to say them all.
I'm going to give you all 3, and then you've got to tell me
Okay,
which one you think
Remember how badly you did last time?
is that's debatable. Yeah,
Well, I deployed the tactic of going for the one that wasn't
The wrong answer.
obvious.
Stop stalling with large words like deployed and tactic when all you did was guess wrong.
That's not true.
That's debatable.
It is.
Turn
You
it
say
around.
it more than me now.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with a good catchphrase, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It becomes property of the public.
It's
Be-
out there
be
now.
happy.
It's out there, yeah.
And anyway, speaking of it being out there, it's time for you to stick your neck out there as we play That's Debatable.
Seamless.
Here's the first fact. Is it true? Is it debatable? Let's find out. The first fact is, Naughty Dog had the concept for the game, but only came up with the character in the game when a bandicoot broke into their office. And when I say broke in, like when you get like a mouse in your house or like a fox accidentally getting in your back door. You know, he didn't break in, but there was a bandicoot loose in the Naughty Dog office, and that's where the inspiration for Crash Bandicoot came from. Fact 2. Well, it could be a fact, but it could be that's debatable. The original Street Fighter arcade cabinet, instead of having soft, medium, and hard punch buttons, had pressure-sensitive buttons. So if you pressed it softly, you'd get a soft punch, but if you pressed it hardly, hard,
Yeah, you'd never
you'd get a hard punch.
Which one? Street Fighter? What?
The first Street Fighter.
Oh.
So Street Fighter,
Shit one.
nothing. What?
It's
Bloody
terrible.
great.
You played it.
Well, it didn't come with my Street Fighter Anniversary collection, so no, I haven't.
Good
But-
reason why.
But no, I have played it. Got the soundtrack there. And the third fact that may be real or it might be, that's debatable. In the Japanese release of Streets of Rage 3, there was a character called Ash who is basically a complete gay stereotype. He wears leather, he's got the leather hat, he wears leather chains. You know, his arms are in a very camp way when he runs. He's got like high heels on. He runs around literally going, ooh, ooh. And when you kill him, he screams. And when you kill him, they just give him the girl scream noise because he's gay and they're being out of order to gay people. Now, which one of those is that's debatable? I'll give you them again. Fact 1. Naughty Dog got the inspiration for the character Crash Bandicoot when a bandicoot broke into their office. In fact, you might say it crashed through the window.
Very good. Very good.
I like that one.
Second one, Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter arcade, didn't have separate buttons for hard punch and soft punch, etc. It had pressure-sensitive buttons. And the third fact, the Japanese release of Streets of Rage 3, called Bare Knuckle 3, had a really, really gay character in it called Ash, who goes, ooh.
I think this features some music in the background.
You played
It does,
Street of
yeah.
Rage 3, Lawrence?
No, I haven't.
The Japanese release.
Does it even exist?
Can we give our answers once
no.
he's edited?
Oh, we're definitely testing the expert. Does it exist, though? Is the whole round debatable?
That's true.
It's all a trick, isn't it? It is a trick.
What? No, only one of them is.
Yeah, I know.
Only one of them is.
I reckon 2.
Which one? The pressure.
The
The
pressure
pressure-
buttons.
Yeah.
That's the least exciting
That's-
one though.
that's
Chris came up
debatable.
with that. Yeah.
You think
Question is-
That's debatable.
is it
So-
creativity?
So
I have got some reasoning behind this. So.
the original Street Fighter arcade cabinet had pressure-sensitive buttons.
It's got to be the first
The
one
first one,
because the
that's
way Chris
debatable.
worded it.
Yeah, you took longer to say it. Yeah.
It was Crash,
coming up with
Bandicoot Crash.
I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't even thinking it.
Could have been another.
It's
put
definitely
off.
not this one.
It was another put off by Chris. That's what I'm going with.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Stephen Bennett, right?
Fucking awful at this game.
A Bandicoot did not break into the Naughty Dog office.
Could have.
Way back in the
It wasn't like you
90s.
said broke it. By break it, I don't know.
Oh no!
Crashed
oh,
in.
I was like, I finished the game. What's it called? I don't know. It doesn't have
So
a.
you got
We haven't
the-
put a main character in there yet, but you said you finished it. Yeah, no, it's ready to ship, but there's no main character. Oh god, what's that? Oh my god, what is this? Oh, it's a Bandicoot. A Bandicoot? Stick him in the game. No lods. It's not
Why
debatable. I mean, that's debatable.
That is debatable.
Like I say, the second one was a bit bland. It was just pressure buttons.
All right.
It's bland.
What bland?
It could have been another trick.
And
Still.
unbelievably, that really, really gay stereotype character known as Ash is in Bare
I
Knuckle
thought
3.
I played that the
What?
other day.
And it's unbelievable.
I thought I'd heard something about that.
It's
before, yeah.
just, like I said, he's got all the leather gear on, and when he runs around, he literally goes, ooh. And when he does a jump, he goes, ooh. And when you kill him, they just give him the girl dying noise. Like that.
appealing to the masses.
No.
Maybe he's
Not
just a
enjoy-
really butch woman.
Well, so Loz, 2 for 2. You're a failure at your own quiz show. That's debatable.
I think you panic. I don't think you think it through.
No, I don't.
That's the problem. No, it's,
I think you think it
that's
too,
part of the
through too
fun.
much.
Well,
You
yeah,
just assume
maybe
it's a
because I'm
trick.
always going for the. Oh, is it a trick? Is it? Maybe I should just
The
up my
trick
knowledge.
was the,
I'll up my knowledge for the next one.
You said you don't even follow gaming news anymore.
Not as much.
No need. You learned all that news to impress women, didn't you? And now you got one. So.
That's debatable.
So yeah, we come on to the hot topic, which is the 2013, which is our 2013 super bold, outlandish predictions for the year.
Yep. I've had a few beers. I feel a bit more confident to express these ridiculous opinions now.
I've got my first prediction is that one of Steve's predictions will involve Half-Life. So we'll see if I'm right there.
Oh,
Cross that one out.
Was that your Ash impression?
Oh no.
So yeah, should we do like one each and go around in a circle?
Yeah. Start with Ben.
Yeah, let's let Ben go
Alright.
first. Newbie.
Yeah, this is like this final test.
Actually, yeah, my first prediction is regarding video game violence.
oh,
Shit.
I think following
gonna-
this meeting,
It's gonna be booming.
violent video games are going to be banned in America.
What?
And I think PopCap are going to buy out Activision and EA. That's my prediction.
Just like yeah, a
Because they
Peggle,
can't, yeah.
a Peggle style game on each platform
Exactly.
from the new Activision.
Any reason
I think
why it's gonna get banned? Just
PopCap
because
division.
People are getting
That's
shot
good.
a lot.
People, yeah, they've got to do something about these video games. They're ruining people's lives.
People's lives.
do you not think it would get worse if that actually happened?
People are dying, Loz. How much worse can it
It's
get?
gonna get worse. There's,
Can't get
there's
worse.
more.
You're supposed to say,
people.
people are dying, Alfred. What would you have me do?
Exactly.
So I can go, endure.
I've got one film quote on here. I don't need any more.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Will Piers Morgan get deported as well? Do you think?
No, he'll go to some sort of neutral territory. We won't let him back in. He'll
They'll just
go-
drop him in international waters.
Do we still get games?
Yeah, we're fine.
Good. We don't get American games. That's a bit shit.
No.
We don't get our CODs or our FIFAs anymore.
But yeah, interesting, Ben. Very, very, very current. I like
Very
it.
unlikely
I mean,
as well. Very unlikely, yes.
I don't
like
know.
it.
Well,
Unlikely,
is it?
All
Is it?
violent games banned in America.
I mean,
Well, they do that kind of thing over there.
they're mental over
they're
there.
all for
Anyway,
censorship.
if you're listening to us on the Universal Takeover Network in America, hello to you.
You're not mental.
You
You're
are
great.
Actually, yeah, the NRA, the rifle people, they released an iOS gun game today, and you can download it if you're like 4 and up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great.
So I mean, obviously, we don't think about parental controls, but yeah, you know, obviously, if you're using your dad's iPhone, you know, some content is locked out. But no, the NRA game, you can get it if you're 4.
Really?
It's hilarious. It's an NRA game.
They're the ones going around blaming
Yeah, I
video
was
games
going to
as
say,
well.
they're not
What-
allowed to
what
have a
is it?
game.
What
It's like a rifle range target practice game.
Oh, like a duck hunt type thing.
Yeah, but
No ducks.
it's just absolutely
Just
mental.
people.
No dogs, just people. Yeah. Just no, we can't.
It will be interesting to see what comes out of this meeting.
This big meeting. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Meeting of the minds.
Yeah, hopefully not your predictions. But
Yeah, I'm hoping that the same.
Yeah. I do remember you showed them to our guy who sits next to us at work, and he was like,
Right,
"Oh, that's
yeah.
interesting, it's interesting." But everyone is like, "God, I hope that doesn't happen."
Yeah.
Oh God, no. So you
Yeah, well,
predicted a lot of
as
doom
Chris
and gloom.
is saying, this is the most depressing. Obviously, it had an effect on my predictions.
I've got some more positive ones.
I don't agree with video games being blamed for this, but there's no like legal enforcement to stop kids from buying like 18 rated games over there, which is also stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
just introduce an 18 rating system. Don't let your kids play 18 rated games if you don't want to. Just explain to them the difference between real life and fiction, i.e.,
Absolutely.
you know, oh god, it makes me so furious when you watch these crazy people on the news going, these violent video games, they must be stopped. They must be stopped. It's not real.
It's just easier to blame video games than to blame like bad parenting. That's
that's
the reason kids
it's
grow up wrong, isn't it?
it's like a lot of
that-
got wrong.
One of them.
That's a lot of the reason for like why people believe in an afterlife, because they need to believe in something like that, and therefore when someone shoots up a school, they need to have a scapegoat, don't they? Because they can't just say, "Oh, sometimes people are mental."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm going to do the next prediction.
Death will come to all those who don't buy an Xbox.
Here's my prediction: we won't see the next PlayStation or Xbox out this year. They'll be unveiled, but they
That's
won't be.
interesting.
They won't be
Interesting.
released.
Interesting.
I was going to predict one of them to come out.
I've got a counter prediction.
That's predictable.
I can use one of my top prediction as my counter prediction to your prediction. If you want me
Stop
to-
saying prediction
if you
in
want me
there.
to do some predicting, I can start predicting. This is the predictions episode. See, I said, right, new Microsoft console to arrive in November and to break all sales records for an opening month. PlayStation 4 not to be released this year.
Interesting.
Makes sense. I think the Xbox is going to come out, and the amount of goodwill and hype that and everything they did wrong on the 360, everything they did right, is going to make this console ridiculous, and everyone's going to buy one because there won't be a PS4 announced.
I
And it's
predict
gonna be-
it'll cost too much, and people
No,
won't
it
buy
won't cost too much. Microsoft don't need to worry about cost, do they?
Well,
But Chris has gone for the opposite, and no new consoles.
I-
Nintendo with a year to themselves.
I reckon, to elaborate a little bit on it, one of them will get announced at E3. One of them will get announced either at another show like Gamescom or like TGS.
Yeah.
But one will be at E3 and one will be elsewhere. But I don't think we'll see either this year.
Interesting.
I have another.
It's a bold prediction.
that counters all of your predictions.
Oh, excellent. We're gonna-
Go on.
I don't think there are going to be 2 consoles.
What?
I think they're going to join forces and make one super console.
Finally.
Yours are just not going to happen, though. I mean, it's a lovely thought.
It'd be cool, wouldn't it?
it is a good thought.
It's a bit of a,
'Cause then I don't
you're a
have
bit
to
of a
buy
hippie,
both.
aren't you?
Yeah. Just lovely.
No more violent games. One console, everyone. Let's hold hands.
Which one do you like, Loz, the most? Who's the most likely out of our 3 predictions?
Ben.
None.
Oh, right.
None. Xbox breaking records or Ben's
None. I
ridiculous
think none's
micro
most
Sony
likely.
shit.
You're saying break all records, didn't you say?
All records, including
all
records
sales
that don't even
all
do with
all
games.
sales
Yeah,
records.
100 metres.
100 meters, yeah.
Smash that one.
Exactly.
What did Sony
You know
say
what I
about
mean.
PS3? They're going to carry on supporting it until
Yeah, but they said that about the PS2 as well.
When are they going to support
The
it?
PS2 has only just stopped production.
Exactly.
16 or 15 or something.
Oh,
wasn't
what, in terms of games?
They said
PS3,
2016 we're
yeah.
going to keep on supporting it too, and don't expect anything big until before then.
Really?
But that's just them
Yeah.
throwing
what
water
it
on the fire and it.
It's nuts, isn't it? Well, when did the PlayStation come out in this country?
What, PS3?
Yeah, no, PlayStation 1.
95.
The SNES came out in this country in 92. That's crazy, don't you think?
3 years. Back then, that is No, this now is what's crazy. Not back then. It's the ridiculous gaps between.
I don't know, but
PS3
it
and
just didn't
Xbox
feel
and
like 3
anything
years because
new.
we were that age. It felt like a lifetime in between those two consoles. Been watching old Games Masters.
It's very true.
It's brilliant.
You did mention that.
So good. Anyway, Lozetta.
Hey?
It's one of your Old Republic characters, wasn't it?
Yeah, long gone now.
I nominated it for worst character.
What's that?
Nominated.
What character in Lozetta?
Only Dallin Moore's one got through, but I nominated all 3 of them. Loz's.
Why all 3?
Because you had 3 and
what
they're
was
all,
wrong with my main
they're
role?
all variations of the word Loz.
The amount of times I healed you, right?
You could have been a bit more inventive with your character name.
Oh, sorry, Ben. Flipping, what is it?
Barker.
Arbiter of Justice. Whatever.
Barker, named after Sue Barker.
That's awful.
A bounty hunter named after Sue
Terrible.
Barker.
That's
amazing.
That's his pathetic crush on people,
genius.
honestly.
Yeah, but at least it's not.
Only human, mate.
At least it's
Fair
not.
enough,
At least
fair
it's not Ben Fem or something like that.
Ben.
Fem, is it like Fem?
Ben.
More Zeta.
I thought it was cool.
Bemshep.
I'm the only one that thinks it's cool, so that's fair enough.
Bem Shep.
Bemshep.
Loz, can you hit us with one of your predictions, please?
Alright. FIFA 14.
I knew. I was going to do a FIFA one.
Well,
I was going to say FIFA 14 will come out.
come out. No, not come out. Come on.
Well, yeah,
We
will
might as
come
well
out.
say, like COD, Assassin's Creed. No, we won't go into that. FIFA 14 will introduce a new controller. The big ball and wall controller.
What, you mean like those arcades?
Yeah.
That's
Can
amazing.
you imagine how good that would be?
Wait,
It would be great. It would be good. Come
just
on.
add Kinect support, so you don't have to buy a
No,
ball
but-
and
yeah,
a
but-
wall.
It measures, how hard you kick the ball.
I don't think it's a good idea, Loz, because you blast the ball and
Yeah.
all I
You
can see,
wouldn't be
I
allowed
can
on.
see your TV getting destroyed by
Well,
you.
Which direction do you kick the ball in? You've got your TV. Do you kick the? There's a wall that you kick the ball against. Over
Yeah,
a right
yeah, you
angle to
find
it, or
the
do you kick
Least
it away
active
from the
wall
TV?
in the house.
That's true. It takes away a bit. You'd want, ideally, the ball is directly in front of the television, or the TV's above
Yeah,
the
you
machine.
need to
you're
hang
using.
your TV on the wall.
But
on
what
a
if you
frame.
miss and hit your TV?
Smacks at someone who hasn't thought this through. When it smacks off.
No, it doesn't.
Loz is.
It's their fault if they, kick the ball.
Okay, go ahead.
And you have you'll have it far away enough that the ball can't hit it. It'll be attached because in the arcade it's attached by the string.
Again, though, your
If you have a
striking
projector
ability.
instead of TV,
Hey, we're
then-
not talking about
then
me.
you can do
We're
it.
talking about.
Oh, because you're not going to use it. You came up with the idea. Your idea.
I don't want to break it.
I
I'm
do
not paid
like
for it.
it.
I'm not going to break
It's a
it.
nice thought, isn't it?
Have you mistaken 2013 predictions for Loz's top list of dream football accessories?
Possibly.
Go on then, Steve.
I don't know. I've got a few predictions. So I had. I'll bring this one up at the end. We can decide this one at the end.
Okay.
Hobo games. Sorry, HBO games. That's what it says. This is my prediction that after the roaring success of Walking Dead, that a massive, respectable TV exec company thing is going to
Studio.
write a computer game that everyone's going to love to shit. And HBO is the prime example of a studio like this. So my prediction is by the end of the year, we'll either have or have news of HBO releasing a game
HBO games?
designed, specifically for computers.
What, you mean like a game based on Game of Thrones and a game based on...
But a new,
Or-
you know
or
how
an
incredible
original.
their
Curb.
original series are. Like they just chuck in
Oh,
new ones all
okay.
the time.
So not based on any
No,
of their
not based on
shows.
something like HBO are gonna
They're
back
gonna make-
the writing of a brand new series of games.
And their
that's
games
gonna
are going to
be-
be like as good as their TV shows.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like Walking Dead, but it's gonna have a story and characters as in depth as that because we're getting there, we're slowly getting there. And it's time for someone to do something like that. So it's hope.
I like that. I think that's plausible, isn't it? It's a good idea.
They've probably got the money
you
for
can
it.
imagine being like a TV
Yeah.
exec and thinking that's a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to break
And
into
we're
that
getting,
game
like I
market.
say, more games like Mass Effect and Walking Dead are showing that you can make really interesting stories that are impacted
And make
by how you play.
really interesting amounts of money from them. as well.
Well, of course, it's HBO's main vice, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. I've got a few like interesting ones and a few.
My ones are
stupid ones.
really boring compared to yours.
Yeah, that's outlandish,
Because my
that
next one is very similar to my first one.
PlayStation 2 be released this year, and
Ben, would you like to go
my
next?
go, is it? Okay. I'm Unfold the sheet.
He's written a lot.
A lot of them aren't usable, but I'll go with this one. I think, you know how the current government are trying to be all like down with the kids?
Yeah.
I think they're going to like release like a Boris Johnson based game, maybe like some kind of cycling thing, trying to get people more active.
With like a zipline level.
Yeah.
You might
That would be the
get
final
stuck
boss.
on it.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
This sounds to me more like a flash game though, on like
Yes.
on the gov.uk website. Or are you
I
telling me
think-
this is
I think
AAA?
they throw their weight behind this. I think they can make
Like, yeah, like launch title for
Yeah.
PS4,
Yeah, I
like
think so.
the system seller. I could, like Chris, I could see like a
yeah, I could see-
pedometer app
yeah.
that's got Boris like running, looking behind you, going, "Come on, only
I'd-
10 kilometers to go."
I'd buy that.
Yeah, I bought it in my head. That's pretty good though. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, you could have like a mayor's question time like mission as well, where
Yeah.
people are asking you these increasingly
these
different
yeah.
questions, and
Yeah.
depending on what level you are, like you can answer certain ones.
Has there been a game made yet where you play as the Prime Minister? That'd be awesome.
Well,
If it's done well, but
in
like-
Blops 1, you can be all those ex-presidents.
Oh, well,
can't
that's no, but you don't make decisions that impact the
No.
country.
Well,
Yeah, you
should
do.
be
You make the
impact your own
decision.
survival.
To shoot a zombie.
Should I shoot the zombie in the head, or should I not,
That's a good point.
Mr. President?
Good point, well made. Yeah, no, I think that's another prediction. Someone should make a president game. You play as the president.
That's not a prediction. That's again, you've
Why
mistaken
have-
it
why
for
have-
Steve's wish list.
I mean,
Surely that would be the ultimate strategy game.
it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? But also, like, he could be like Jack Ryan type president. It's a bit action based as well. You get some third person shooting. As well. He's freaking awesome. I should do that.
Usually you have to save the president in video games, don't you?
Exactly. The president saves his own daughter,
Yeah.
like Taken.
Saves the
President.
country.
Now I'll go next because
fun to throw
we'll
one.
get Chris's boring ones out of the way.
Mine aren't too good.
Here's my next boring one. The PlayStation will come out before the Xbox.
Well,
That's not.
that, no, but it's,
that's
that's
interesting.
actually that's
I
going
think
to be
it's probably the
massive
other way
for the next
around.
generation, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because I think, like this generation, it's amazing when you look back to think that Microsoft have been so competitive with Sony after what happened in the previous generation. So then for the next one, it is so important whoever gets out first. Because like I say, everyone is kind of itching now for a new one. And everyone sees them both as very similar. So it's
Yeah.
like whoever comes out first. I mean, I will just buy the first one. And then if it's amazing, I probably wouldn't get the next one straight away.
If it's amazing, then you'll be happy with your purchase, rather than like the opposite of me with my Wii U. I'm just kidding. I
love it.
I like my Wii. I love it.
Why is it in his box though? With its sellotape put back on.
Why is it keeping that door open?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I believe that, you know, even though Sony, I mean, the PlayStation's recently, it's not sold, it's shipped, but it's surpassed the Xbox's numbers.
Just, yeah.
And considering all the broken Xboxes that people would have needed a new Xbox to replace,
Yeah.
it's quite good, I think.
Yeah, it's sold.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you see, like the top. Like it was one of your questions on the quiz was like the fifth or sixth highest selling console, and like it's weird when you look at the top 10 selling consoles. Like 360 and PS3 are right in the top like six. They're like 6 and 7, aren't they? Like this generation has just been mental. Like so that's like 240 million consoles or something sold between the three of them
Yeah, it's
worldwide.
crazy. I mean,
Insane.
you know,
It is, yeah.
you wouldn't think that the PS3 would have ever overtaken the Xbox, you know, a couple of years ago or 4 years ago. But yeah, here we are. But yeah, I think that it's very important for Sony to come out first this time around.
There's a hilariously beautiful thing of you've got no consoles coming out, PS3 coming out first, and I've got Xbox coming out first. Like I say, the prediction thing at the end of next year or start next year, someone's got to be right. The odds of us all being wrong are very low. He's even got the combined ones covered. Loz might want to chuck in something.
Like more
I
often
said
than
one
not.
will come out this year. Sorry.
More often than not, recently I've had a game, and other people, like the majority of my friends, have had it on the other system. So I'd be all in favour of
Or just
one
cross-platform would be
console.
the real innovation if they could do that.
Yeah, but the way to get around that is to just have one console made by everyone.
PC.
You'd have Xbox's online experience, you'd have Sony's exclusives,
And Steam.
and you'd have Nintendo's exclusives.
And Steam would be on it.
And yeah, Steam would be on it, and it would all cost. Every game would be £5, and then in the sale it would be £3,
And they'd all make loads of money because everyone would buy one.
and then it would skip off into the sunset together, wouldn't they?
It'd be beautiful.
Would be nice. Speaking of beautiful and nice, Loz, what's your next prediction?
Thank you.
Thanking you.
I can't actually remember when this game was announced. Last Guardian, you might know.
Oh yeah,
You might know. You might have.
Well, people know, but I don't remember when it was announced now.
a while ago.
Yeah,
Like 07 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I
Ridiculous.
think it was
I
2000.
don't think it'll come out this year. And in fact, I'm going to say it's not even going to come out the year after.
It's just, will you go that final step though and say it's never going to come out?
Yeah, is that what you're
Will
saying?
it ever
I'm
come
not-
out?
Because it has been. There's a lot of it out there somewhere.
Yeah, I know, but it's been that long now that you've said 2007. If it's around there,
Such a shame.
I don't have the
That's
name.
a long.
Debatable.
That's a long debatable. Chris, at any moment
I just thought
to
we were
worm in the
finished
word
that.
debatable.
I can't say that anymore,
Just
can I?
feeding you. It's brilliant.
There's only one word that comes after that.
I don't have the names here, but a lot of members from the Last Guardian team have left.
Oh, they really?
So it's a troubled.
the Don as
troubled
well. The top
production.
guy is like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's like
What's his name? Something Japanese.
Ueda.
Yes.
Something Ueda. Ueda. But yeah, he's like just contracted to finish this, and then he's done with Sony, which is not great, is it? It's annoying because obviously.
Yeah, well, he already left the company, but yeah, he's remained on as a consultant until
Yeah,
Last
that's
Guardian's
it, yeah.
finished it out. But
When though?
probably
So
never.
yeah, I'm saying it's not even the next 2 years, but yeah, definitely not this year.
It's such a shame.
It is a shame.
It's like Daniel Day-Lewis just never making another movie. Like, you'd be gutted. It's like it's how good those two games are. It's the only comparison I can think of.
How far did you get in Japanese Ni no Kuni?
Um,
You completed, did you?
No, unfortunately. I got like my 3rd companion or whatever.
Really? That's nuts that you played so much in a Japanese RPG, man. That's crazy.
He is.
That links quite nicely into one of my.
No, I was going to use that one.
Oh, you can
It's a
use
good
it.
one though.
You
It's
can
a
go for
good.
it now.
It's a good thing to. What now?
What is
No,
it?
I can just back you up.
What are we talking about?
All right, so
Boring
Ni no
prediction.
Kuni due for release. What? A couple of weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
coming out
Yeah,
February.
end of January.
RGF.
Game of the year.
Game of the year right there.
Me and Steve.
Decided already.
Me and Steve think it's game of the
It's
year.
going to be amazing.
Really
I
good first game.
even before, because obviously I've played it. Yeah, okay, I can't get some of the language barrier, but it is good.
It just looks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got the cutscenes which look like a Ghibli film,
Yeah.
and then in game it looks like a Ghibli film.
It's
It
gonna
looks
be so cool.
unbelievable, and unfortunately, I know a little something about the plot which I wish I hadn't
Oh
found
really?
out.
Oh, I don't know. I really hope it's the start of like every 3 or 4 years a new Ghibli game coming out. It'd be so cool. Like the movies. Just keep
It took them
going.
over a year to localize it into
That's
English,
true.
so
It's well.
a lot of
The start is there's quite a few cutscenes at the beginning, but that introduces you to the Ghibli world. The people that may not know about Ghibli.
But funny,
so
like one of your mates
it's
came
great.
in, and because you're like half Japanese, and they like see you playing it, and they're like, "Oh God, he's good, isn't he? He's all multilingual." And they're like, "Loz, what's going on?" And you just go, "I don't know." "Why are you playing it then?" "I don't know."
It's going to be even better. You're going to have the English and Japanese versions very soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like me and Shenmue.
Yeah.
It's why it took me ages to get where I did, and I didn't get anywhere.
When
So
you using it to like learn Japanese.
yeah, I
and,
was, but that stopped.
Do what Tristan did. Change your Facebook to Japanese.
Yeah.
I've tried that, but it's alright for him. It's still the same alphabet. Spanish.
No, they got the
It's
little.
true.
They got the squigglies.
That doesn't count.
He's right.
Tristan,
accents.
our friend Tristan, listeners, he changed his Facebook to Spanish. Next thing you know, he's lost a load of weight, moved to Madrid, and now he works for EA. So if you
Living
change,
with a beautiful Spanish woman.
yeah, and he's got a beautiful Spanish chick, and all you got to do, Loz, is click your Facebook to Japanese. Bam, you'll be head of
I hope
you'll
it
be head of
works.
Studio Ghibli in 2 years.
That'd be
Sure,
good.
yeah, that'd be grand.
But it leads on a bit because I'm saying that will lead to the rebirth of JRPGs.
This is the year.
Oh,
They called last year the year of the PC birth.
I've got to interrupt because Dominic Diamond, the presenter of Games Master,
He
just replied to one of our tweets.
He said, "My prediction is Games Master will live on."
Live on.
Basically,
Roger Moore.
The other night I was just tweeting about watching Games Master, and I just at one point I just said, I cannot believe that he got away with the illusions that he made, because it's just ridiculous. He's like, we all love to play a little video game. So, and here on Games Master, we all like to collectively get out our joysticks and Just give them gentle caresses. They're all a lot of them are joystick ones in the first season because they're all using joysticks, which is just mental. But in Series 6, like Zoe Ball plays a motorbike game. And like he's just saying, oh, and here comes two guys have just slipped inside her there, and all kinds of stuff like that. And he used to go out at 6.
Amazing.
He used to go out at like 6
What
p.m.
did you say to him?
I just tweeted out, I can't believe Dominic Diamond got away with as many illusions as he can.
And what did
Brilliant.
Diamond
And he's
say?
just replied with, we were as surprised as you. One of the benefits of having a channel broadcaster show they didn't remotely understand.
Amazing.
And that's Dominic Diamond there. That's Dominic Diamond, presenter of Games Master.
That's the double D right
That's amazing.
there. He isn't fucking around.
I used to love Games Master.
Yeah, everyone did.
It was so good. Anyway, who's next with the
Well, he
prediction?
just said the rebirth of JRPG.
Is that another prediction, or is that
Sorry.
just-
Well, that was leaning from Nino. Nino
Well-
Kuni's going to be so good that it's going to have a 99 Metacritic score, and people are going to.
Well, not 99.
IGN gave it 96 today.
94.
9.6. Oh, 9.4, yeah.
Yeah, which is still incredible for a JRPG.
It's one of a kind though. It's the first of its kind, really.
I'm not a JRPG fan, and I'm well up for playing. It just
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
I can't even believe it,
Similar
really.
in a way to your HBO idea, isn't it?
In a kind of.
No, HBO don't make Japanese shows.
Because it's someone who does something else very well, moving into games.
Yes, the Ghibli thing, yeah. Well, that's it, yeah. Ghibli have got their beautiful animated films covered, and we need someone to follow on Walking Dead.
Well, level 5 are the perfect partners for them to do it.
I just want ridiculous characters. That's all I care about is just meeting. I just want to meet one character that reminds me of that.
Who's like a house?
That's like that big freaking
No
Spirited
Face.
Away that is in the lift. You know, the big squeaky one that looks down. And I just want to meet one character that I can go.
Well, I was
"Right, like
talking
that."
to you about that. You know, the companion with the lantern.
The
at end of
lantern,
his
no,
nose.
The main one, yeah.
Yeah, in the Japanese version,
Oh, yeah, this is
he,
interesting.
I think he has an Osaka accent, which is like different to Tokyo. So, in a weird way, it could be sort of when it's translated, he could sort of talk like Scouse or Geordie, and that's like he's got
You
hilarious
said it was
dialogue.
used. You said it was used for comic effect, didn't you?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
might be lost in translation.
Let's hope it's not. That's one thing I'm worried about. Some of the
Hopefully that's
stuff
why
that I
it's
heard.
taken them a year to translate.
Yeah,
because
that's
they've been,
that's
like,
Finding the perfect accent.
Yeah.
Could be
I
a
said
positive.
Scottish would be good.
Could be a positive thing.
Scottish is pretty funny.
I don't want to sound like a nerd or a bit of a is it weeboo?
Weeaboo.
I don't want to sound like a nerd or a weeaboo, but it'd be nice if the Japanese voice is still in there with English subtitles.
That would be very cool.
A
'Cause
lot,
that's what's
a
so
lot
good.
of people would want that. A lot
That's
of
what's so
people,
good
yeah.
about the Ghibli films.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
But then again, they do get high caliber actors. for
That's what I'm hoping
Ghibli.
for.
Like,
I want-
do we know any of the casting? or anything?
I don't
Bale
know.
might be in it. He was in How's Moving Castle.
No, no.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Loz, this isn't. I know you haven't seen Dark Knight Rises, but
There's one bit.
when he says that line, though, no one else is around. Why is he doing the voice? Why is he saying it? Like, in
Someone might be like watching that.
there's cheesy. There's cheesy.
If you start doing it when people aren't there, you accidentally fall into that mindset.
It's just
suddenly,
like
yeah.
it's like he's like a method actor. He's just getting into
Batman.
the role.
Batman. Well, because there are those cheesy action movie lines in 1 and 2, like I bought my car, or I got to get me one of them. But yeah, at one point someone runs off while Batman has got his back turned, and then he goes, "So that's what that feels like."
It does.
And because of all the parodies of his accent in between 2 and this new one coming out, it's just ridiculous. You can't take it
He
seriously.
shouldn't have done that,
Anyway,
actually.
not a bad film, but very disappointing. Who's got another
Look forward to
prediction?
seeing it. I got some more.
Can't wait to hear it.
Sounds like you can't. Wait, you can wait to hear it. To me. Alright, this one, bit more, bit of a silly one.
Go on.
Upon reaching his 100th platinum trophy, Mike will receive a letter from the head of Sony saying he can exchange his current PS3 for a special platinum console. He will, however, reject this as it will take too long to sync up his trophies. And that's what's
It's
gonna
true.
happen. This is what's gonna happen
It's
this year.
true. Well, I mean, no, that's not going to happen. Because
Oh, yeah, it could happen.
even though Mike's on Sony's special list for beer,
Yes, he's
beer
there.
access and like free
Go-to guy.
and like Sackboy cuddly toys and stuff. Yeah, that could. Yeah, I'm going to say definitely. Yeah.
Definitely, that's the one I'm most expecting to be able to laugh at. You guys be like, you didn't think they'd get back on him. It's like, you know, the Queen sending a letter on your 100th birthday. Get to that 100th platinum. You deserve something.
It is.
How many is he on?
I don't know. It could be like 27, but it's probably about 86 or something. No, Mike.
I'm on 6 platinums, if you're asking. So
Me too.
that's
Right back at
I'm
you.
on
What about-
0.
But I thought he'd stopped his whole collector's edition. Wasn't that his resolution or something? Is that what you're saying?
No, but that's nothing to do
Collecting
with.
trophies.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Collector's edition.
No, but
games.
if he's going to get a collector's edition console,
Well, that's something he turns it down.
Oh,
That's
right.
the other part of the prediction. Turns it
Yeah.
down.
that's good then.
he'd never turn.
Because no, but it would he'd be
Sticking
there
to
for
his
hours.
No one would turn that down.
You
Sticking to his guns.
try sinking 100 platinums, mate. It's about-
Do you
how
think
long it
Mike
takes
would
you.
turn down a platinum PS3?
He'd leave it in the box.
I don't think he'd get rid of his current one. I don't think he'd be willing to swap. I mean, if it was like if I could gain the platinum and keep my one, he'd be like, all right. But I think he wouldn't be willing to do the trade. That's why-
Oh, he'd have to trade his
Yeah,
existing
yeah,
console
it's a
for it.
swap.
Why would that be in the deal?
Well,
I think he'd
they're
actually.
not going to just dish them out for free.
I think he would get the platinum console and actually sleep next to it every night instead of Alison.
That's true.
You know,
would be beautiful.
cuddle it every night.
It'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? A platinum console, designed exactly the same as the platinum
But
trophy.
Real platinum or just coloured platinum?
I don't even know what platinum looks like. I just keep picturing a silver console.
put platinum
but
in.
It's not
pretty
silver,
much.
is it?
No.
I put
much
platinum in
silver looking,
inverted
I think.
commas, so read into that what you will. It could mean anything.
Grey.
Grey console. It's just a PS1. My guess is like.
Ben, have you got one lined up for us?
Cheddar's taking his time.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
where did Cheddars come from again?
Oh, well, basically. Let's put that down. There was a big debate in the office about what's the better crisp, barbecue mini cheddars or barbecue hula hoops.
Oh my god, that is a tough one.
Nah.
I was in the cheddars camp.
What was Hoops? What was Hoops saying?
Sadly, he wasn't Hoops. He's Cheddar's man.
Loz
as well.
wasn't there at the time. That's why he didn't get a
Cheddars.
nickname as well. But Steve was in the hoops camp.
Yeah,
and so
at the
was who else?
Our friend Ben Hudson. He was just
Ben
there.
Hudson.
It was kind of just between me and you, but yeah.
Who's
And
Ben
then-
Hudson?
He's a guy
their
who worked
version
at
of me.
SI. He was one of the team.
One of the good guys.
Yes.
Tell him about the podcast now that we've mentioned him.
Yeah, he might still.
Yeah.
Hard to say with people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loz.
So yeah, that's how I got the nickname Cheddars.
Yeah, and we were just talking about and suddenly someone said, probably me, that Cheddars would be a great nickname for you, and then you just did this look of just realizing, oh, that is a perfect nickname for me, but I fucking hate it, and just hoping it wouldn't catch on. And it's getting there.
So we had Kent, who was known as Sarge, Ben and his Cheddars.
Buttons,
Oh yeah, Loz's
never really
buttons.
stuck.
Where did buttons come from?
Buttons. Well, look at him. Just look what he's
He's
wearing
wearing
right
a lot
now.
of
He just
buttons.
wears a lot of buttons. It's not
Oh,
that.
oh,
It's not.
what's Ben wearing?
He's cheddar.
Shirt.
That's
Got cheddar all over him.
cheddar buttons.
Cheddar.
That's
Panicking.
That's getting
He's
hot.
panicking. Cheddar buttons. He's lashing out.
There,
And I'm, of
yeah.
course,
I've only got one
dry
shirt like
bones.
No, you're not.
I don't have a nickname.
You got loads.
No, I don't.
Podcast guy. Allgate East.
Okay. Give away where I live.
Clapham Highway. Yeah. Buttons. Buttons suits you though. Again, it's great.
It does.
You
and
don't like
And
it.
it's obviously as soon as you get annoyed at a nickname, we should never get annoyed at a nickname because then that's your name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Buttons, yeah.
Bonesy.
It's time for another
Hawaiian
prediction.
t-shirt.
It's time for another prediction from Cheddars. Hawaiian
Right.
t-shirts.
That's a nickname.
No, it isn't. It's got to be
t-shirt.
short and catchy.
It's like Chris. It's like there was a guy at school who, when he first turned up to sixth form, he came late to our school, and he was a real nice guy, but he was a bit of a notorious brown noser to the girls. He was real, and so he got the nickname Shitface.
Yeah.
And he had this name for a few months, and and eventually, Shitface. And then one day it's like, I've been thinking about this name Shitface, and I don't. How about Cool Face? Let's go with Cool Face.
Shut up, shitface.
Yeah, he's now just Face. He's done pretty well to get it down to just Face, but yeah, for a little while they
Shitface.
Face.
That's such a horrible
How did he get it
nickname.
down to face? Come on.
Because it's shorter.
because you can't keep on calling a guy who's actually a really good, nice guy Shitface every time. You go out on nights out, you can't keep on calling him
Or
Shitface.
just shit.
Shit.
That's
Yeah.
Oi, shit.
amazing. That goes so well with a guy at my school whose nickname was Head. A guy with a massive head, bigger than mine.
Your head's not that big.
Well, some people say it's massive. But yeah, anyway.
Head.
Yeah, people bullied him because it was massive. It was giant.
It wasn't. I mean, it was stupidly massive. Right?
So they just called him Head Yeah, and then one day he got so pissed off, it had built up, and he just headbutted someone so hard. Oh, so they had to go.
If there's a way to keep a nickname head, it's just
Stay
like
away
a
from his head. Don't go near his head. He'll headbutt you.
It's like, oh, his nickname was Knuckles, and then he punched someone.
It was the best thing I've ever
God,
seen.
I got sent to the hospital by Head. How'd he do it? Oh, never
Head
guess.
is great.
It was amazing. So funny. Oh.
Prediction, Cheddars.
Prediction. Right.
Who's going to get what nickname this year?
I think
It's time for Chris.
it's not about nicknames, but I think we're going to see the end of the handheld console.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
this one, yeah.
This
End
year?
of hand- Now this
This
again
year.
contradicts with one of my ones, which says the
That
Game
is
Boy
bold.
Color to make a return. So that kind of backfired. Unlucky, mate.
What do you mean, like Virtual Console?
Well, it's gonna, you know, people will just be like, oh, retro. What's cool? What's retro? Game Boy's a bit obvious. Get out the Game Boy Color.
I did make this prediction before I saw there's a new Luigi's Mansion game coming out on 3DS.
So that's
So
just
that might be the
confirmed it.
saviour of
The saviour.
I'm
of the
saying the
3DS,
nail
I
in the
think.
coffin that is Mario and Luigi's.
This isn't going to help either. You do realise the 3DS has just overtaken PS3 sales in Japan.
Jesus.
He's pulling a face.
It's from the face of, well...
Oh,
Ridiculous
yeah.
that is.
Here's my prediction. The next PlayStation will not play used games
Oh.
or any other game that you don't own.
So you'll have to enter a code to
Yeah.
get
Wow.
every game working.
I'm basing that on the fact that Sony lost.
So yeah, I heard about this.
Chelsea. No. Say, Sony actually they've registered a patent which stops
Yeah, that's
you
what I read.
Yeah.
stops you from you have to register.
Also, you have
The game
evidence
to the console.
back up. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But here's the rest of the prediction. So the next PlayStation won't allow any used games, friends games, secondhand games, or anything. But the Xbox will come out having the ability to play used games, but then through a patch, a software update, they'll get rid of it.
Wow. I thought you were going to say the Xbox will have the ability to play used PlayStation games.
That'd be
That's a
amazing.
really good way to make.
I think the Xbox will come out and they'll be able to play secondhand games or whatever, but then they'll see how well it's going to work for Sony.
The
And,
money
and,
that
and,
will
and
work.
it's out.
It will
Of
work,
course
right?
it is.
They do hate
think people
secondhand
s-
games, don't they?
You think people will stop buying console games if they can't buy secondhand ones? It won't make a difference to
Yeah.
95% of people, and then Sony will just reap the benefits from no one being able to buy them.
And look at digital games right now. You can't take your Steam games around your friend's house. We can.
It's very
kind of.
interesting.
True, yeah.
Whether it comes true or not, I don't know, but it's.
It
very
sucks that you
interesting.
will then. The thing that matters to me most, because I don't buy a load of secondhand games. The thing that matters to me most is that you won't be able to just
Borrow
take
a
FIFA
game.
around your mate's house. Go on, Steve. Go next.
Right, I know Ben. Right, we'll do this one.
Should we read it together?
You wrote it together.
1, 2.
Steam. Oh, no, go away. Get the hell away from me. Steambox to fail spectacularly,
Oh,
leading to Valve having to go under, meaning Uplay becomes the dominant force on PC.
You play.
The rights to Half-Life 3 get bought by PopCap. So now you get your prediction right as well, if I will mention Half-Life 3 as well. Yeah, that's my grim prediction for the future.
pretty obvious, wasn't it?
Oh, and also Half-Life 3 is still Game of the Year due to PopCap knowing what the fuck they're doing.
Hang on, I thought Nina Cooney was Game of the Year.
No, it turns out I was wrong that one. One of my predictions was wrong.
Will it play like Peggle? PopCap do Half-Life 3.
Like their head crab peggle level. But yeah,
Yep, I
There's a
predicted
head
the
crab
same.
level, is there?
Ben also predicted something to go terribly wrong for Valve this
Their
year.
virtual reality headset.
What?
They're going to pump too much. Yeah.
Have they announced it? One.
Well,
Yeah, they've been interviewed.
like
about
the
it.
Steam box and this and that.
Because I know about the Ocular Rift.
God, how many they got coming out?
It's like it's not. I think the company's Ocular or Rift, either or. But it's not Valve. But it's like it's a headset,
That's what-
glasses
yeah,
kind of thing.
I read about it a few months ago. I don't think there is a Steam box. I think this is what they're
I
doing.
thought the Steam
That's
box
what I
was
heard.
something that they were working on. I thought the
Because
Steam
they've
box
been
was.
like advertising for hardware specialists.
So I thought the
haven't they?
Steam box was what we all assumed Steam big picture mode was.
Can I do my next prediction?
Go on.
Valve to win the console race with Steambox.
Steam box. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. That'll come out this year. I'm making this one up as I go along. That'll come out this year. It'll be priced $299.99. It'll come with a controller and every Valve game up to its
Oh,
release,
yeah.
just already installed for free.
What?
Half-Life 3 launch title.
No. $299.99. One controller.
Is that dollars or pounds?
Let's say $350 dues.
Yeah.
Comes with one controller, power supply, HDMI cable, and obviously the operating system looks like Steam. But yeah, it comes with every Half-Life game, built in up to now.
Yeah. Half-Life 3 is the launch title for
That'd
it.
be amazing.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's the
loves
killer app.
And
That'd be
yet,
amazing.
no support from EA, no support from Activision. It fucks up, it's doomed. They have to sell everything, and
Oh, we don't want that.
PopCap takes over Half-Life's franchise.
See, I think despite the lack of support
And that
from
game
EA,
company has Portal franchise.
Oh my god!
For a bit of fun.
Now you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's your Valve prediction then, Loz?
I don't have a
Oh, he
Valve
doesn't have one, guys.
I don't have a Valve prediction.
I knew it.
I don't have a Valve prediction.
FIFA prediction, though.
I've gone off PC gaming.
Ooh,
Is
that's weird
Because
because
to do with the fact that your girlfriend won't
Yeah.
allow you to play
usually,
games.
usually at this part of the life cycle of consoles, this is where everyone
Yeah,
jumps
that's
ship to
true.
PC.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've played Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
It's on
Good.
my very, very
yeah,
long
it's
list of games
surprisingly
that
impressive.
I want
It
to
is
play.
good, yeah. And I think High Moon Studios, they're making the Deadpool game,
Oh yeah.
and I predict that will be successful, very successful.
Very
How
successful.
successful?
Super
Can you
successful.
quantify
A
it?
very
Mega.
up there with the Batmans of the superhero.
Well, that's
Games.
ridiculous. That's they're
Deadpool is nowhere near as
No, he's not. But people are going to grow to like him when they play the games.
at the end.
They're going to say he's a cool ninja, mercenary, whatever.
voiced by Nathan Drake.
I've got a
He
similar.
is.
Right, I'm put off now.
He is.
I've got one that kind of ties into your Batman thing.
Yeah.
Virtual Springfield 2 to be made by Rocksteady. Yeah. It's gonna fucking kick ass. They're gonna do to The Simpsons what they did to Batman. They're gonna be like, oh, no one wants to play a game with a radioactive man saving the city. Oh my god, it's amazing! Have you played Virtual Springfield 2? People will be saying. And they'll be laughing at you, and then eventually you'll get around to it.
That's amazing. Recently, I've been thinking about how much I really, really want that rumored Turtles Rocksteady game.
4-player.
Well,
open world.
I've decided to buy the Turtle van with all the DVDs.
It does look
So I've watched a few Turtles recently, and it just reminded me how amazing Turtles Forever is, and how
Forever is
bad,
incredible, yeah.
and how obviously bad the Michael Bay film is going to be. But
Whoa. I didn't know there was a Michael Bay
are
film.
you kidding?
No.
Yeah,
When?
Michael Bay.
He's making a Turtles film.
Apparently, production commences in April. Yeah.
Is Shia LaBeouf playing
Blockbuster.
any
Splinter.
of the Turtles? Splinter and Shredder.
But like, it just made me think again about like, I was on a total turtle tip, and I was like, oh god, I really want to play a good Turtles game, and I thought about buying the Turtle Smash Up that came out on Wii that uses the Smash Brothers engine, but it's just Turtles. And then it just made me. So I'd love to throw this in as a prediction, but again, it's more of a desperate
Wild
wish.
hope, yeah.
Rocksteady, please. You've done Batman. Tick. Done. Move on. Virtual Springfield 2 will come
it's on its way.
But before then, the
person.
4-player online Turtles game with Arkham City combat
couldn't
and
imagine.
Arkham City exploration.
That's amazing, yeah.
So I never thought about it until it gets worded like that, and it's like,
Oh my god!
please, because like it's almost as if they built up with it, because obviously they did a beautiful the combat was perfect in Asylum or whatever, but it was, and then they went open world and it was so good in Arkham City. It's like just go to the next stage, 4-player. But yeah, Turtles is the perfect way to do it, because it will mix it up so much. If they do another Batman game, it's gonna be a worry that it will be a bit formulaic, a bit samey. Whereas Turtles be freaking awesome.
It'd be so good. And the market is there, because Turtles was there when we were growing up, and then there's a new series running at the moment, and like we just said, there's a new movie coming out. So it should happen. It could happen, but instead, let's face it, we'll get a shitty movie tie-in game.
And we'll get a new Batman game, which will probably be brilliant, but still.
Well, to tie in with the Deadpool one, well, it kind of ties in. I'm going to say the Star Trek game, if that comes out this year, it's going to be poo.
What Star Trek game?
Apparently, there is a game coming out
Based
tying
on
with
the movie.
Into
It's going to
Darkness.
come out at the
movie
same time
time,
as the
is it?
film, so that's a pretty safe prediction, but you never know. It could be amazing. It could be like Mass Effect. It looks like Mass Effect from the pictures, so
They'll be aiming for Mass Effect.
yeah,
won't
they will
I
be,
guess,
yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, except you won't be able to sleep with Uhura, so what will be the point? Unless you're playing as Oh, don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Playing as.
Are you still excited for that film, Steve?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this even more than I did Dark Knight Rises.
Well, we saw the prologue as well.
and it
did
was
you
incredible.
like it?
I was so.
We saw that.
I was emotionally
Prologue.
invested by the end of it. Like, I was like, oh no, what happens? And then Hobbit started.
Yeah, we went to see The Hobbit at the IMAX, and there was the first 9 minutes of Star Trek 2 attached to it.
Oh, really?
Didn't tell me
It's
this.
like the opening.
Well, I don't like to tell people that weren't there. No, I just forgot. It was
cool.
incredible.
Wow.
But it did make me realise, like, so we watched Hobbit in 3D, and that was in 3D as well, and that 3D was so much better than the Hobbit 3D. But it also made me realise I don't want to watch it in 3D Star Trek. I much prefer a film in 2D. It's more easier to enjoy.
But I love the IMAX.
Yeah, they might exactly.
But if you
And the
liked
Hobbit
it-
was one or the. You had to have both, didn't you?
If I'll try and get seats as far right at the back, and then that's where you want to sit for 3D in the IMAX. Plus, the IMAX kind of gets a lot of the riffraff don't go there.
That's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
You got a respectable audience who want to see a good film.
And the screen's just crazy.
That's the worst thing about
Steve, you
Horizon.
remember
It's the worst thing.
Scott Pilgrim?
No, it was awful.
Bunch of kids were just shouting, and I took it upon myself to deliver them justice. It didn't really work
In what
out.
way?
Chris used his past cinema working knowledge.
They
to
outsmarted me though, didn't they?
Why? What are they doing?
Well, they were talking through the first 5 minutes, and I turned around and said, "Shut up," didn't I, Steve?
Yeah,
and then they did shut up, and then they started talking again, and I went, "Right." I got out of
They're
my
in
chair
trouble.
and I went over to them and I went, "Right, you pricks, listen up." And the lead guy goes, "Who are you calling prick?" And I went right in his face and went, "You prick." Because it was a bunch.
at least 10 of them. I was impressed with his braveness.
It was a bunch of rude. No, you know, you've been there. Kids, they were chucking stuff, they're making noise. They're just in there to get away from their parents for 2 hours. Where I was in there to show Scott Pilgrim to Steve, and I just went, "Look, if you don't shut the f up, I will tell on you and get you thrown out."
I will get the manager down.
But I made the mistake. You see, I went to tell on them. But because I'd given them the warning that I was going to tell on them when I brought the management back in, they'd moved into different seats. And I went, "Yeah, they're sitting up there, mate." And I sat back down and I went, "Steve, don't worry. I've taken care of everything." And he just came back and he went, "There's no kids up there." And I went, "Oh, never mind then."
Did they keep making noise?
When we
then?
walked out,
Yeah, of
though,
course they did.
Why didn't you just go again and get them?
when we walked out, they were there and they were going, "Here he is, the big balls guy. He's got the ball." I think they had a bit of respect for Chris, which was nice.
I hate
'Cause
people.
They could have just said, "Get on, mates, round and beat him up," but no need. No need.
Let's wrap up by finishing the predictions.
Anyone else? It's my prediction more sort of starts in the past and then goes. Chris, well, my prediction is that God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, God creates man, man destroys dinosaurs. Man destroys God, sorry. Man creates dinosaurs. You want to finish off? Yeah?
Man creates Half-Life dinosaur mod.
Dinosaurs eat man, and women will inherit the earth. That's my prediction. That's what's going to happen. It's coming.
Yes, slap it on a lunchbox. Sell it. You're going to sell it. And there it is.
And there it is. That's a Jurassic Park quote for you. That only reminded me because I wrote the whole thing about Steambox, blah blah blah, and then at the end I wrote Half-Life 3, purchased by PubCap, and it reminded me of the women inherit the earth thing.
Well, Steve, can I just say what you call a prediction? I call the rape of the natural world.
Exactly.
And we're going to close off our 2013 predictions with Steve's final prediction. What have you got for us,
Well,
Steve?
my final prediction is I've only left it to the end because so this is the end of the episode. So this can be like prediction I made earlier. I predicted that Ben Lyons was going to crash and burn on his first Ready Game Fire episode. So we can decide. We're going to do. We can decide if
gonna
my
rate me out of
first
10.
prediction has come true or not. Right.
I think he did better than Loz. Loz failed his own feature.
But give Ben a feature and see if he fails.
I think Ben
Not
did
very
really.
nice.
If you
Not
give
very
Ben a
nice, is it?
feature, if
That's
he
not
fails,
nice.
just want to see your friend fail. Unbelievable. I mean, I do as well. I predicted he'd burn
did.
and fail, not just
No.
crash
Stood
and
the test.
burn.
Stood the test.
Stood the test.
So the test, did I pass the test?
Ben's a man of knowledge. A lot of knowledge, more than me.
I'd say it depends how you go out, to be honest.
And that is it for episode 41 of the Ready Game Fire podcast, the first of the year, featuring our predictions for the rest of the year. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like us on Facebook. Please follow us on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on Spreaker. We're on iTunes. If you can like us, rate or subscribe to us on any of those, please do it. Our email address is contact@readygamefire.co.uk. If you're listening to us on the Universal Takeover Network, hello to you, and please continue to do so. We're on every Monday at 8, 7 Central /1 a.m. in our country, the UK. Anything else from you, Dave?
Friend me on Facebook, like my fan page, Dave Fenoy Voiceover Artist, and follow me at Dave Fenoy.
A huge thanks to Dave Fenoy for recording those intros for us. You, sir, are a true professional. And thank you to the mini bosses for your music. But for now, it's goodbye from me, Chris Fox. Goodbye. Goodbye from Loz.
Bye. Bye.
It's goodbye from first-timer Ben Lyons.
Bye.
Crashed and burn.
And goodbye from Steve.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time on the Ready Game Fire podcast.
I don't think you crashed and burned, by the way.
No,
I thought you were great.
Really? Oh, it's good to have a fan.